All right, as we mentioned earlier, it is September 11th, the day that we remember those who were lost in the terror attacks all across our nation.
Well, thousands of victims' families will gather at the 9/11 commemoration ceremony today for the annual reading of the names. Briella Tomasetti is joining us from Lower Manhattan. We all remember where we were that day. It was primary day. We were kind of getting ready for that. And Good Day New York was the first on the air with the somber news that we think that we were under attack.
Yeah, Rosanna and Kurt, I was just a kid. I was in second grade, and I don't remember a lot of things because I was a lot younger, but I remember that the weather was strikingly similar that day as it is today, this morning, which makes it all the more somber and poignant of a day here in Lower Manhattan. It was a day our nation vowed to never forget, and for New Yorkers, the grief is still so palpable. But today, yes, thousands will gather here in Lower Manhattan to remember and honor the victims of the September 11th, 2001 terror attacks. The memories and the emotions return even more vividly as survivors and victims' family members descend on the World Trade Center Memorial for the annual recitation of nearly 3,000 names. 6 piercing moments of silence commemorate the key events of that fateful day. At 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower. 17 minutes later, at 9:03, Flight 175 struck the South Tower. At 9:37, Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. At 9:59, the South Tower collapsed. And at 10:03, Flight 93 plowed into an empty field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. The North Tower fell at 10:28. And today we like to speak to guests, either family members or people, survivors of the 9/11 terror attacks, to learn about the legacies these people leave behind. Right now we're speaking to Ed O'Connor, a firefighter who responded to the World Trade Center on his day off. He was off duty and ran to the site where everything happened. Explain to us, the emotions are probably still so vivid.
Yes, that morning I traveled in here when I could see the World Trade Center from Staten Island. I came in by ferry that morning, and I assisted however I could. I actually stayed here for 6 days before I went home. I had come here because there were people I knew, people I worked with, people I was related to, and I wanted to help however I could.
And you lost family members that day as well, right?
Yes, I come here, I volunteer here at the museum. It gives me an opportunity to tell my story and to remember, to honor everybody that perished that day, all 2,977 people that died on 9/11. And I also come to remember those who I knew, those who I worked with, and those who I related to. I lost 2 firefighter nephews on 9/11, Lieutenant Peter Freund of 55 Engine, and firefighter Timothy Patrick Niswini of Ladder 3. They were lost as well. They each had 3 young children. And that's why I come here to tell my story, to make sure we never forget. It's not only a phrase, it's a responsibility. And that's why I come.
And, you know, I think it's interesting that you volunteering here at the World Trade Center, the museum, the memorial, there are so many younger generations that don't know what happened. What do you take from the experience being a part of this?
Well, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to be here to do that. You know, it transitions now. People are much younger. They weren't alive on 9/11. It gives me the opportunity to educate them about what occurred and also to inspire them. And I was inspired as well, if I might add, by the amount of support, the volunteers, the people that came for the months that followed during the cleanup and recovery. It was an unbelievable time of my life, and I'll never forget it. And it encouraged me to. Since then, I've done a tremendous amount of volunteering in different venues.
And on a day like today, do you feel that same sense of unity so profoundly in the air, and when you speak to people around you?
Yes, I do. It's a very, very emotional day. You know, I come here, like I mentioned, on Mondays, and I still remember the people that perished that day, and many, many of them, 40% of them, have never been recovered. So to me, it's a very solemn place.
Yeah, and we have to remember so many people dying from 9/11 related illnesses. You're a veteran. You were FDNY firefighter and NYPD officer. Thank you so much for giving back to the city. It shows that you're a true hero. And again, the legacies of those who we lost will live on forever. Again, Ed, thank you so much. Rosanna and Kurt, I mean, just an outstanding gentleman I had the opportunity to talk with. Really shows what this city is all about and how united we remain today. We'll send it back inside to you.
Absolutely. We are a resilient city, thank goodness. And so many people supported and helped us get through that horrifying time.
And continue to this very day.
You're absolutely right.